To learn and pronounce new words is a great way to expand your vocabulary and to increase your ability to communicate at a higher level, whether English is your native language or not. My goal is to provide you with 3 or 4 words each week, along with definitions, proper usage through examples, synonyms, antonyms, and variances of each of the words. This week's words are lackadaisical, inadvertent, industrious, and zeal. The first word you can learn in about a minute is lackadaisical. 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 A basic definition of lackadaisical is lacking bodily energy or motivation, or even lacking life, spirit, or zest. Examples of lackadaisical, an adverb when used in a sentence, sounds like this. The employees were lackadaisical in completing their routine and boring work. When it's very hot outside, it is common for people to be lackadaisical when they move about. There are many synonyms or similar words for lackadaisical. Some of these synonyms are listless, spiritless, languid, limp, inactive, and apathetic. There are also many antonyms or opposites for lackadaisical. Some of these antonyms are energetic, motivated, ambitious, active, eager, cheerful, perky, and vigilant. Another word from lackadaisical is lackadaisically. When lackadaisically, an adverb is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. I moved about lackadaisically in the heat to avoid overheating. The goldfish floated about lackadaisically in its tiny fishbowl. Synonyms of lackadaisically are casual, half-heartedly, lazily, and sluggishly. Antonyms of lackadaisically are diligently, intensely, purposefully, actively, vigorously, and unrelentingly. The second word you can learn in about a minute is inadvertent. 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 A good definition of inadvertent is when something happens not resulting from or achieved through deliberate planning. When inadvertent, an adjective is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. An inadvertent spelling error caused much confusion about how to properly fill out the form. The letter was an apology for the inadvertent mistake in the last invoice sent out to the customer. Synonyms or similar words for inadvertent are unintentional, unintended, accidental, unplanned, unwittingly, thoughtless, and careless. Antonyms or opposites of inadvertent are deliberate and intentional. Another word for inadvertent is inadvertently. That means without knowledge or intent. When inadvertently, an adverb is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. I inadvertently took the wrong coat from the closet because it looked just like mine. The young students inadvertently overwatered the plants in the classroom thinking they would grow faster. Synonyms of inadvertently are accidentally, unwittingly, mistakenly, and unintentionally. Antonyms of inadvertently are intentionally, deliberately, purposefully, and consciously. The third word you can learn in about a minute is industrious. 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 A good definition of industrious is to be diligent, hardworking, and productive. When industrious, an adjective is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. The students were very industrious today to complete their projects by the end of class. Ants are very industrious on how they build and maintain their complex and sometimes massive colonies. The factory workers were challenged to be more industrious to beat last year's manufacturing record. Synonyms or similar words of industrious are hardworking, diligent, conscientious, persistent, active, vigorous, determined, and productive. Antonyms or opposites of industrious are idle, lazy, inactive, lethargic, apathetic, and unoccupied. Other words from industrious are industriousness and industriously. When industriousness, a noun, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. Her industriousness was enough to overcome her lack of experience on the new job. Behavior can be shaped as evident in the industriousness of the local culture affected by the extended drought in the region. When industriously, an adverb is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. The researcher spent hours industriously reading through dozens of articles to find information for the big project. Her plan was to work industriously to earn and save enough money to buy her own house within 10 years. The fourth word to learn this week is zeal. Zeal. A good definition of zeal is to have great energy or enthusiasm in pursuit of a cause, objective, or a goal. When zeal, a noun, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. The players had great zeal to win the game. The positive attitude of the students showed great zeal towards the perfection in their work. Synonyms or similar words of zeal are passion, energy, enthusiasm, love, fire, devotion, appetite, and gusto. Antonyms or opposites of zeal are apathy and indifference. Other words from zeal are zealous and zealously. When zealous, an adjective, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. The zealous musician spent months practicing for the concert. Synonyms of zealous are devoted, enthusiastic, and ardent. Antonyms of zealous are apathetic and lackadaisical. When zealously, an adverb, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. The student most zealously pursued a path of success to graduate with honors. To improve on your vocabulary and correctly use new words, make sure to use them in conversation as soon and as often as possible. Here's a good example of how to combine lackadaisical, inadvertent, industrious, and zeal all into one sentence. The inadvertent mistake by the shipping department was due to the lackadaisical attitude the overly worked employees had that was not their normal zeal and their industrious passion for excellence. If you found this video to be helpful, please make sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up to show your support, and share it with your friends so you can have someone to practice with while increasing your vocabulary. Remember that my goal is that your success is the goal. I'll see you online soon.